Hello everybody, my name is Juby Scott and welcome to the Presentation Station 2. This time we're doing it a little bit differently. I have a friend of mine here, Philofhatsandgames. He's a really good Twitch streamer. Go check him out on twitch.com, twitch.tv/Philofhats. Phil, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Juby. I also have a YouTube channel.
He does have a YouTube. I will put that over here.
Please subscribe to Juby. He's fabulous.
Don't be afraid to give Phil a little bit of love here. So, we're doing the Presentation Station again. This time it's a little bit different. We'll be doing a virtual call for this, and it'll just be me and Phil. We have Tyler here as well, and he will be holding on the slides. So this will be a little bit different than usual, but it still should be the same process of how we've been doing it. Phil, are you excited for this? How do you feel about improv?
I've been excited all week. Ever since I saw your first video, I was like, I so gotta be in this. I've been wanting to do this ever since Markiplier came up with the game Change.
There you go. How do you feel with your improv skills?
We'll find out, won't we?
Because I can improv. If you watch the last one, near the end, I was able to, keep myself a little bit on control. But after that, or the first one, I was just dead. And I'm glad we recorded because I thought we didn't record it the first time.
Oh, you did. You did a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hopefully this time will be better. So, for anyone who hasn't seen the first one, we're going to interact to a PowerPoint where Tyler and Gaius have created stories for us to improv and make work. And during it, there will be slides that will be going through, and we have to somehow incorporate those slides into our story. If we do, we keep going. If we don't, we keep going. We give someone a second to figure out what to do. This should be nice and fun. And without further ado, let's get started.
Let's do it.
Tyler, I'm ready, so I'll be going first. What is my story? Prompt, my hobbies. Hello everyone, I'm going to talk to you guys about my hobbies. I feel like I should just share it with you, Phil, since we've known each other for I think about a year now. So I want to just kind of open up to you because you're becoming a great friend, you always support me and all that good stuff. So the first thing I want to talk to you about with my hobbies is that I really love sucking toes. It's an absolute, most people would say it's a fetish. It's right. Really a hobby because of how frequently I do it.
And how many an hour do you do?
Oof, how many feet are available? That's the bigger question. But I really, really enjoy it, and I hope it doesn't creep you out, but I just really like to be open with all my friends.
Do you do it with sauce?
With sauce, without sauce, salt, pepper. I'll put a slab of pork on there. I don't care. I'll do that. But
do you do it for dessert too?
Dessert, dinner, breakfast, all of it. So, yeah, I just really want to get that off my chest, but there are some more hobbies that I need to show to you. Next slide. I really love lean.
Lean what? Lean meat, lean water, lean women,
leaning on the hall. Leaning on the hall. We're gonna go with that so I don't get demonetized. I really love leaning right on the wall, just kind of like what I'm doing right now. Just
what
leaning.
Sort of wall? Dry wall, wood wall?
Listen, the wall's not that important. But you need to know, like when we're sitting and talking, I'll usually just be leaning back.
And how is the relationship with that wall exactly? Like what do do they permit you to lean against them, or do you pay them to let you lean?
Well, I live here, so I technically I pay since you said that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to share that. What's another hobby? Another hobby I'm trying to think of would be next slide. Another thing I really love to do is okay, we're getting into some sexual fantasies today. I really love having a Teletubby cosplay party.
Right.
It's that's what we started JSGI. I wasn't gonna announce it yet, but it looks like I'm ready to come out now. This was gonna be one of the next events coming up. So I really hope, I know you're wearing a virtual hat right now, I really hope you're able to get a Teletubby head, or else it's just not worth it. It's not worth the effort.
Which one in here is you?
Well, I'm JSGI, so obviously the purple one.
Right, the one that, and who's the red one?
Oh, that's Jester, 100%. Jester's favorite color is red.
Right, so what's the cake for?
To be honest, maybe it's my birthday? No, it's James' birthday today, actually, the day we're recording this. This is James' birthday party, yeah.
James. So what is the cake flavor?
Good question. Well, I guess we'll find out at the party tonight.
And
So,
what's the drinks?
non-alcoholic, he's like
bleeding.
15. Listen, you're questioning too much. Next slide, please. I need to tell you more about all my hobbies. The fuck is going on? So as I told you, I was really into Teletubby cosplay. I'm also into Harry Potter cosplay. Hogwarts Legacy is coming out really, really soon, and I absolutely cannot wait to do it. It's funny, I actually have that dog at my dad's house, so yeah, I'll call him Chewy, that's what we named him. And I'll put Chewy in just a Ritz pillowcase, because why would I buy a Dobby cosplay outfit when he literally wears nothing?
Like you're teaching Chewie the art of survival in the wild as Harry Potter.
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm cooking there. I think it might be...
It looks like deer meat.
Yeah, I guess I'm feeding him some deer meat then. Okay.
You're spoiling him well.
I don't think he's having any though, because look at him. He looks hungry, and I just look like, fuck you, man. This is all mine.
You're teaching them how to cook, so you're giving them a good skill.
Here's how to cook. Now go cook your own.
Exactly. I mean, if you teach a man to fish, they'll eat for a day. But if they know how to fish themselves, they'll eat forever.
You got a point. Yes. Anyway, so there you go. One of my hobbies is Hogwarts cosplay with my dog and survival techniques. Next slide. Another thing I really want to get off my chest is this is me and the boys. So you remember Presentation Station 1? This was us before we filmed that. We changed the color of the hat, obviously to purple for Morg when he did his. But this was us. We were just reminiscing about the days of Diddle Gang, which was Gaius's band at the time. And as you can see, that's we have Morg on the red guitar, Tyler on the acoustic guitar, and that's Gaius. If you're wondering where I am, I'm taking the photo because I didn't know how to play an instrument at the time.
I have no questions for this. This seems absolutely normal to me.
Thank you. That really helps because it really is hard to open up on all of this stuff. But I still have more to show you, and that's the next slide. I am very protective when it comes to security. I hate it when my shit gets...
duct tape.
Listen, that was a very expensive bike from Walmart, $55. Yeah. I ain't losing it.
Right. Well, what's the
That's a mongoose right there.
Right. Can't fly?
No, this is not GTA.
Okay.
But nobody's stealing that shit, and neither am I getting it back. But I always know where it is, and that's what's important.
Right. So people know that's your bike, your brand of bike, and everyone who walks by it will know that that's the Juby Scott gaming.
Shit, that's Juby's bike. I hope he goes home tonight, and I hope so too. But yeah, so it's not really a hobby, more like a
marketing strategy.
See, this business is gonna boom. I promise ya. Next slide, please. So, I show you my security stuff, and now I'm gonna show you my favorite snack to eat for a hobby because I eat it so much. It's a hobby now. This plot is very interesting, Tyler. I love Lay's potato chips. That's actually not even a joke. I actually love Lay's. They're my favorite type of chip. Right. But they released this new flavor, and just the taste of the acidity of a 9-volt battery is so good. Aurora can now finally have her smoke alarm because I stopped eating the batteries thanks to this brand. So you
could say that it's electric.
It is very electrifying. It's got that tangy taste.
That's very good.
What the fuck are these slides?
How much is it?
Fuck, I don't know. Savannah buys all my food.
You should ask her. Let's hope you keep your eye on your finances. Who knows how much it's cost you?
We'll find out. I got more games to buy. I haven't bought Elden Ring yet, so I'm not worried about food yet.
All
right. Next slide. So there we go. That's one of my hobbies to practice that. What the fuck? Okay. I don't know who that is, but I know who it's from.
Explain now.
Okay, so this was me at Comic-Con.
Right.
I went as I I really wanted to see what everyone could. I can't take this photo seriously.
Is that do I need to know something about this picture?
Hang on. So this was me at Comic-Con. As you can see, I really was excited to go, and don't mind that it's pitch black. It must have been during a blackout, but I had a flash on the camera, so it's fine. But I saw this bunny cop that was fucking Jack. She's literally the complete opposite of me. You can see in the photo.
Right.
And I just had to get a photo. I know the rabbit is from Zootopia. I am not a furry, before anyone thinks that. But I would be lying if I said that the cop did not look really fucking good that day.
Did she say anything nice to you?
I don't think she could say anything, but she really wanted me to follow her, and I was very concerned.
Okay.
And then that's when the lights went out. So
You look so tired in that picture.
I was. It was a 15-hour drive, and like I said, she kept trying to tell me to follow her, and I was like, I can't. I'm here with my friends.
Right.
And all that shit. So, yeah, so that was my first time at Comic-Con, probably my last, because let's be real here, I won't get that popular to get a panel. And go when you're ready.
Since we're opening up about stuff, you've opened up about the things you do that I never knew you would do. So I'm going to tell you about
Me neither.
my overly illustrious childhood. It may bore you to tears. It may not, but I'm going to tell you, and you are going to listen. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Understood.
Next slide.
Thank you for opening up to me. This is this is a really nice bonding experience.
Well, you're very kind, too.
I really love the hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I put it on just for you.
Oh, thank you.
So
let's hear your childhood.
Next slide. So I loved to wear goggles with eggs in them because I was told it was cool. All the kids told me it was a rad thing to do. If you would go to the pools and you would go diving, you always had to put on goggles and put eggs in them to be one of the cool kids. So I would do that. I was not only cool because I did that. I didn't just put 2 eggs in. I put 5 in, and people always were crowding around me and saying, "You're so cool because you have 5 eggs in your goggles and you're swimming." And then it always looked like I was seeing yellow, which I didn't question it. I just did it. It was the only way I would have survived, or otherwise the bully would have beaten me to an egg-yolked pulp.
Were you greasy at the time too? I see you were doing something different with your hair when you were.
Yes, I had to. Bacon was the rite of passage. We had to wear bacon on our heads, otherwise we couldn't get in through the front door. Because if we didn't wear bacon, then they would fry our heads and laugh at our bald heads because we had to shave our hair and wear bacon. And it had to be maple syrup bacon, otherwise they won't let you in.
You gotta have the brown sugar bacon. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I hear you.
Yeah, basically. Next. Oh yes, I have a problem. I have a growth issue on my foot where I have an extra hand on my foot. I don't know how it works, but it has a mind of its own. When I ask if it's okay, it gives me this symbol, so I know it's okay. I always have to read it a bedtime story at night, every night. I have to tell it it's cute every morning. And to get it to behave, I have it hold a stress ball as I walk, so it will have something to squeeze. And it's very hard to explain to the ladies that this thing is part of me.
How do you walk with that?
Its favorite movie to watch is The Thing. It makes sense. And it really wants to meet Lefty, a girl that it found out in a magazine. She has all feet.
You said you give it a stress ball. How do you walk with that thing?
Shh. You'll hear you. In fact, it wants to squeeze her neck right now.
Oh, I can get in line.
Next. Oh yes, that is my brother Albert. He was born with Minecraftivism, which is where he looks exactly like a Minecraft character. He currently works for the Minecraft people, and his avatar is why Steve exists. He was the reason that it was made. Um, he eats blocks for breakfast, blocks for lunch, and creepers for dinner.
He's got a big appetite.
Yeah, he does. He advises you not to look in the eye of Enderman, and that if you want to survive on Minecraft, you first should start with wood. So, not just any wood, the good hard wood and good hard rock.
Understood.
His favorite outfit is, of course, the blue shirt and blue pants. He wears them every day. That's his entire wardrobe. Saves him on cost. And he doesn't sweat.
Ooh, that must be nice.
Yeah, but the trade-off is that he's very loud every time he walks. There's a lot of clunk, clunk, clunk noise. So he has to walk very carefully when he goes to church at night.
Understood.
Next. That is Lua, our pet blueberry.
Okay.
It is from a lab. I have some science buddies who created it. That is a picture of when we let it out to go to a party, and the very first thing it did was try to swallow a child. And we of course stopped it, thankfully. We taught it manners. We taught it not to eat children, and I don't know if it has learned anything, because last I heard it escaped.
Oh my.
So it's probably out there somewhere.
Sounds like an SCP.
I hope that it is doing fine, but its favorite thing to eat besides the heads of human beings was blueberry pie. Its favorite movie was Willy Wonka.
There you go.
Next. Oh yes, my favorite cartoon, very Godparents. I grew up with this cartoon. Loved it to pieces. That I actually played a character in that. That is the scene where I was actually in. The main actor got sick in the middle of them making this episode, so I had to take his place. So I was known in that episode for being the mouse squeaky voice screamer. I can't do that voice anymore, but every time she would tug the hair, I was supposed to scream. And I was go every time. And the producers thought it was so funny, but unfortunately that episode would never air, and this picture is the only evidence we have that episode ever existed, because it was that bad. So, I got.
Is that why you're on Twitch now?
Man, something like that. Trying to save my face here. But I got to talk to the other actors, and they told me never to speak of the one about the dad, but we don't speak of it. But they're good people. Next. Oh yes, this is King Miles and Kane Burger. They are two very good friends of mine. They're part of the kingdom. They are also arch rivals. They're trying to compete against each other for the best burger. And as far as I know, they don't get along. One of them's trying to make a burger out of, the normal stuff of burgers. The other is trying to make a burger out of lasagna.
Oh, geez.
So, and they're trying to change the name from lasagna to champagne and pronounce champagne as lasagna, so it's champagne.
Okay.
Basically. And people find that so complicated to pronounce that they just call it chap. But yeah, they clash a lot whenever they're in a room together. They're always trying to up each other with prices and stuff. As of late, I hear that they're trying to make their own field branch called siphon sucking. So I hope it goes well. Any questions?
None at all so far. Your childhood seems very, normal from what I've seen.
Oh, thank you. Next. This is me. I joined McDonald's as a teenager. I worked there as the mascot. Um, I was the reason why ball pits were banned.
What did you do?
Because I always had to go in and clean them. But unfortunately, my schedule conflicted with kids getting into the ball pits. And believe me, I talked to the boss about this. He didn't care, though. He didn't care. But I'm like, if you see me, a clown, going into a ball pit trying to clean these things while kids are in them, it kind of looks weird. So I would do that every day, and that picture is when I lost the wig. A kid took it and took it as a souvenir, sold it on eBay for a couple $1,000s.
Jesus.
And the football there next behind me is a kid's football that they tried to throw at me but missed. That McDonald's closed down not too long ago. I'm glad I'm not there anymore because it wasn't fun.
There you go.
Next. This was another cartoon I had to replace someone in for.
You were buff.
Yes, I had to play the big buff guy. I had to eat green slime and make the green slime noises. In this episode, again, I think it aired somewhere, but it didn't get far because people had so many questions. I was supposed to just eat things, critique them, and I criticized the green goop and called it worse than burned spinach, which the people found offensive somehow. And the Popeye people tried to come after me because apparently I didn't know it, but apparently the spinach I was eating was a Popeye brand.
Oh wow!
So I was like, I just said how it tasted. But I thankfully lived through it. They calmed down eventually, and now we sell those things as salads. Next. Ah, yes, the water fountain in the lavatory.
That looks like a health hazard, Phil.
Yes. So I was told to. So when I of course I'm older, I'm wiser. I was working at this pizzeria. It was Chuckles. I don't know if you remember the place.
I can't recall.
Probably because it didn't last very long. So my job was to put in this water fountain, and that's the picture. So I didn't know where to put it because you see those 3 stalls there. There's actually 3 more stalls on the other end, and there's no sinks in there at all. No sinks at all. Just that and no sinks. So I decided that water fountain would be the sink. So I put it there. If there's a little nozzle thing in the picture, if you notice, that's where the soap is. Wave your hand, the soap comes out. It would, get into your hands. You use the water fountain, and yes, it was a slip hazard, but I didn't have anywhere else to put it, so I put it there. And yes, people slipped on it.
Oh jeez.
But either that or kids got the soap in their eyes because they were never tall enough to reach the thing. And so, Chuckles ended up having to close down because of that.
Huh.
Just be glad I don't have to talk about the acid incident.
Oh, yeah. Let's maybe not hear that.
Next. This is...
Yeah?
I'm sorry. This is, your cousin.
Oh, shit!
Yeah. I have to bring this to you gently. This was one of your long-lost cousins that we also kidnapped when you were a baby and put him in a lab, and this is what he came out as.
What the fuck? Why are you stealing my cousin?
I wanted to tell you so badly, but I was under a non-disclosure agreement.
Oh. Why'd you experiment on him?
His name is Trevor. We wanted to find out if we could mix a toy with a human being.
What is this, some House of Wax bullshit?
I mean, mixing a person with wax sounds even more fun. But
oh no, I gave him ideas.
but he this is how it turned out. And he sends his love, his favorite cookies. He's doing great. He can barely breathe. He watches your shows.
But he's doing great.
But he can't walk. He barely can eat. But other than that, he's doing great.
Alright, as long as he's doing great.
One day you guys will meet, and maybe we can take you and I mean,
I don't want to be taken anywhere.
you're not going anywhere yet.